In August 2003, at the age of 24, I was diagnosed with an aggressive form of breast cancer. This was obviously shocking as I had no family history. In fact, cancer in general was pretty rare in my family. I had been at my new job for only 8 months and with my boyfriend for about a year and a half. Honestly, this could have devastated me, but it didn't. I found an inner strength I didn't know existed in me. It was a desire to fight no matter what. I had a reason to live. My boyfriend proposed in the midst of this chaos because he wanted to fight with me. We spent the next year of cancer craziness planning our wedding. I also worked full-time during all of my treatment. Fighting cancer became my life. It became my normal. I had a partial mastectomy, at which time they removed 18 of my lymph nodes and 13 were positive for cancer. I was given minimum time to heal, and aggressive treatments of chemotherapy and radiation started. I became very close to my doctors, nurses, physician assistants, and everyone involved in my treatment. I was treated locally here by Dr. Lester and his team. My radiation was done here at Lakeland. I never joined a support group because all the support I received at my appointments was enough for me. That may not work for everyone, but for me it was perfect. I was thankful for the opportunity to stay local for all my treatments. So after what seemed like a lifetime of dealing with all things cancer, the treatments, the doctors, the nurses, the lingo, everything, I got the news I'd been waiting for, that I was cancer-free. And I celebrated, because of course I should celebrate. And now I can get back to normal, and it's finally all behind you and you can get right back on track. Except, what is normal anymore? You just spent every waking moment dealing with all things cancer. It's what you thought about, dealt with, and talked about. How are things ever supposed to feel normal again? And the truth is, you never feel how you did before cancer again. Your life is completely different. Your plans have changed and your outlook is new. I was so young when this happened to me. I should have been traveling, partying, having fun, and not worrying about much more than if my boyfriend was going to propose and if my dreams would all come true. The harsh reality is I had to grow up a lot, mentally and physically. Treatments put me into early menopause, and my body just felt run down and old. I was bald. I was a young adult and starting over. Things didn't suddenly get easy once treatment was over. I was starting the next part of the cancer process, the recovery. And all these years later, I'm still dealing with parts of it. I did marry my fiance, who stood by my side. We were married exactly 1 year from the day I started chemo. I was married in a ring, and I got to watch all my bridesmaids get all of their hair done. But today I got my hair done, so that was actually nice. After several years, we started talking about kids. Thankfully, my menopause didn't last, but we always wondered if kids were possible. After getting the go-ahead to try, I had at least 2 miscarriages that I know of. It was awful, and I'm thankful to say now I have 3 beautiful daughters. They're my miracles. And I've dealt with depression and anxiety. I'm always wondering if my cold is more than just a cold, if my headache is more than just a headache. Every little thing that happens to me triggers a never-ending stream of questions and what-ifs. After being so strong, I now feel paranoid and weak, terrified of the next horrible thing to happen to me or someone I love. I've seen friends be diagnosed with cancer, and I feel every bit of their pain and fear. I used to love the fall, but since it was fall when I was diagnosed and went through my treatment, it always brings back that feeling. All these years have gone by, and it always gets to me. I deal daily with lymphedema caused by the removal of my lymph nodes. My left arm, which I refer to as my Popeye arm, fluctuates in size often. Buying shirts is never easy, and I can't wear my wedding ring anymore. This is the fake ring that I wear so that I can still wear it. I wish that I could say, after years of being a survivor, this goes away, but it doesn't. But I've come to accept, for the most part, that this is who I am now. I'm a little crazy, forgetful, paranoid, and irrational. But I'm also more compassionate, understanding, and as hard as it seems sometimes, stronger. I've become a member of a club I never wanted to, but now I'm grateful to have it. Cancer survivors are the only ones who understand what I'm feeling and going through, so I'm not alone. No matter what stage you are in this journey, you aren't alone. I have a group of friends, I call them my breast friends, who completely understand me. We laugh together and cry together. We encourage each other, and we make each other feel normal. And that is what it comes to. You can't go back. Life after cancer will seem alien to you, getting used to a new way of living, but there are many of us who are willing to go through it with you if you are. Don't be afraid to reach out. Utilize the resources available to you, and find your group of people who will make you feel better about everything you go through. On the tables, you'll find pledge cards with certain numbers on them. I want to tell you a little bit about those numbers. The average cost of a mammogram in the state of Michigan is $150. So if you make a $150 donation or buy a silent auction item for that amount, or purchase more than 5 raffle tickets, your donation could provide a free mammogram for a woman in need. When a woman finds breast cancer early, before it leaves the breast, she now has a 99% survival rate. Your $99 donation could be in honor of the advances we've made in screening and saving countless lives. This number is unbelievable. Every 74 seconds, someone in the world is killed by breast cancer. Will you donate $74 in memory of those we've lost? Even though I was diagnosed at a young age, 95% of breast cancer is diagnosed in women over the age of 40. Who is willing to donate $40 for a friend and family member over the age of 40? And lastly, you should all know just how pervasive this disease is. Someone is diagnosed with breast cancer every 19 seconds. If you are willing to support Komen, Michigan in making sure more men and women find breast cancer early, you can do that by considering a gift of $19 tonight. If you feel moved to fill out the cards and leave them on your table, a Komen staff member will come around and pick them up. I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. We are having a great time and everybody looks amazing. But please remember the reason we are all together. Your support and generosity make it possible for someone like me to be prepared, feel supported, and seek treatment if needed. I've always wondered what the reason was that this happened to me. Maybe I'll never really know, but I feel it was to prepare me for something like this, to be a support for someone else going through breast cancer, to be a voice for those who feel unheard, and show others that it's possible to come out of this okay. Maybe not perfect, but here and okay.
She said, now I can go drink. I thought you would be drinking before the speech. I was confined to that. That's what I do.